Hey everyone, let's just dive right into it. Today, we're doing a deep dive analysis, a tafsir, of a truly majestic scripture excerpt. We're going to be exploring a passage from Surah An-Naba. It's a powerful chapter of the Quran that really captures the absolute grandness of creation, the precision of divine reward, and honestly, the breathtaking reality of the hereafter. Now, this isn't just about reading words on a page, right? It's about unpacking a deeply layered, atmospheric journey. Through our explainer today, we're going to dissect the magnificent imagery and the incredibly precise linguistic choices of this text, just to truly wrap our heads around the sheer magnitude of what's being described here.
I really want you to picture this. Just imagine a day so immense, so overwhelmingly vast in its gravity and its presence, that the most powerful, celestial beings in existence, angels, stand in absolute unyielding silence. This is the ultimate scene of awe that our source material builds toward today. It's this incredible conceptual anchor that shifts our perspective from our daily noisy lives into a moment of pure cosmic stillness.
All right, moving into section 1, the sacred invocation, rooting the viewer in refuge and mercy.
Before we even get to the really profound verses about the cosmos, the source actually begins by emotionally grounding the listener. It starts with an active seeking of ultimate protection. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. It's essentially a psychological shielding. Then, it seamlessly flows right into, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, which invokes this infinite encompassing mercy. Before confronting the ultimate realities of existence, the text intentionally wraps you, the listener, in a layer of divine protection and grace.
Next up is section 2, a reward of peace, serenity in the hereafter.
So, as we hit our first real thematic pillar, we are met with a beautiful promise. They will not hear therein ill speech or falsehood. Think about that. In describing the ultimate reward, the text doesn't immediately talk about physical luxuries or opulent palaces. Instead, it highlights a striking absence, the absence of absolute negativity, the absence of lies. In a world that's currently so full of noise and deception and hurtful words, the highest form of paradise is described primarily as an auditory and mental sanctuary.
The specific Arabic term used here is lagwa. Literally, it translates to ill speech, vain talk, or just useless negativity. By explicitly stating that lagwa will not be heard, the text promises a true psychological sanctuary. We're talking about a state of complete, unbroken mental peace, where your mind is no longer burdened by the trivial, the false, or the cruel. It is, quite simply, total serenity.
Now, here's the really crucial part. How is this peace actually delivered? The following phrase, Jazadon min rabbika ata'an hisaba, frames this breathtaking serenity as a calculated, generous gift from your Lord. It is absolutely not arbitrary. The word hisaba implies a precise accounting. It basically means the Creator is giving a reward that is exactly sufficient, incredibly generous, and perfectly measured just for the individual. It is an exact divine transaction of grace.
Okay, section 3, Majesty of the Cosmos, the scale of creation.
All right, the text shifts gears completely right here. We pull way back from the deeply personal piece of the individual reward, and we zoom out to the absolute macro-level scale of the universe. The momentum builds rapidly here as we look at who exactly is providing this reward. The text refers to the provider of this reward as the Lord of specific domains, the heavens, the earth, and absolutely whatever is between them. Just think about that sheer scale for a second. That encompasses every single galaxy, every star system, our entire planet, and the infinite, unfathomable space that connects it all. It's an overwhelming declaration of absolute cosmic authority and boundaryless sovereignty.
But then, and this is amazing, right after describing a scale of creation that is terrifyingly massive, the text grounds us with a single, deeply comforting divine trait. Right after establishing this incomprehensible cosmic power, the Lord of the heavens and earth is called Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. It perfectly balances infinite overwhelming majesty with infinite enveloping care. The very architect of the universe is fundamentally characterized by boundless mercy.
Which brings us to section 4, the silent angels, a scene of absolute awe.
Let's slow down for a second. We're dropping into a moment of just pure, hushed reverence. We're about to zoom into what is arguably the most powerful, striking visual image provided in this entire source text, the day that the Spirit and the angels will stand in rows.
Just imagine the visual. Magnificent, immensely powerful celestial beings, beings of sheer light and cosmic strength, standing shoulder to shoulder in perfectly ordered, absolutely silent rows. Their silence isn't born of fear, but of an immense, profound reverence for the overwhelming majesty of that exact moment.
I just want to briefly point out Ar-Ruh, or the Spirit, which is mentioned right alongside the angels. In traditional analysis, this often refers to the Archangel Gabriel, a being of unmatched celestial rank. The fact that even the Spirit is standing in this silent, regimented formation that amplifies the absolute gravity and the unparalleled authority of this immense cosmic assembly. Everyone, literally no matter their rank, is in a state of total submission.
This juxtaposition right here, it is incredibly fascinating. On one hand, we have the general rule of the day, absolute awe, submission, and absolute silence. They will not speak. But on the other hand, we see the singular exception. Speech is only possible if permitted by Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. And even then, that permitted speech is restricted to one condition. They will only say what is absolutely correct, what is the absolute truth. It's a stark contrast that highlights a realm where falsehood simply cannot exist.
And finally, Section 5, the ultimate choice, the path of return.
So the text doesn't just leave us hanging in this state of cosmic awe. It takes all of this grand imagery and resolves it into a highly direct declaration. That is the true day. This phrase operates as a definitive stamp on everything we've just covered. It tells the listener that the peace, the cosmic scale, the silent angels, all of it is the ultimate, inescapable reality. It is the absolute truth toward which all of existence is hurtling.
But here is the ultimate pivot. So he who wills may take to his Lord a way of return. After establishing this undeniable absolute reality, the Creator places the agency squarely back into your hands. He who wills. This emphasizes the absolutely crucial point of free will. The reality of the true day is fixed. It's going to happen. But the path you take toward it, your choice to seek a way of return to the Creator, well, that's entirely up to you.
Which brings us to the final, stark reality established by this text. The awe of the universe has been laid out. The inescapable truth of that day has been declared. The agency has been handed back to you, leaving you with only one deeply personal question to reflect upon. Will you take the path of return?